Hi, welcome to Studio. Today we're gonna have a look into 7 Photoshop problems that anyone, mostly beginners, might face and their solutions. Some of these problems may sound so easy to some, but for one who doesn't know, the solution can be a real pain in the neck. Here it comes. Number 1. Uncalled for black and white mode. Sometimes your whole project becomes black and white and changing colors in the color picker does not work at all. Even imported images become black and white. The reason is that the color mode was accidentally changed to grayscale. To fix it, you can either open a new project and change the color mode, or if you don't want to close the project from image mode, choose RGB. Number 2. Indeterminate brush size. All size adjustable tools in Photoshop such as brush, razor, clone stamp, etc. have two indication modes. The circle that indicates the area of which tool affects on, and the plus that does not. You can easily switch between these two modes by pressing caps lock. Number 3. Uncalled for full screen mode. Uncalled for full screen mode can be really nerve-cracking. The taskbar is hidden and pressing escape won't work. To tackle this problem, you should change the mode in view screen mode. Number 4. Some layers can't be edited. Yes, that's true. You can't use brush tool, eraser tool, etc. on locked layers, texts, and imported images, or as the Photoshop named them, smart objects. In order to use them on texts and smart objects, you should rasterize them. You should right-click on the layer you want to edit and select Rasterize Layer. Or even easier, choose OK on the window that pops up when you use a tool on it. Be careful, once you rasterize a text layer, you can't rewrite the text anymore, but it may come in handy for making logos or something. And as for the lock layers, you can unlock them from the lock panel if you had locked it. Or if the layer is locked originally, the lock panel is inaccessible, so you should double click on the layer and select OK from the popped up window. Number 5. Ctrl+Z and Ctrl+y don't work. Lovely shortcut keys Ctrl+Z for undo an action and Ctrl+y for redo an action are not useful in Photoshop. Ctrl+Z just undo the one last action and Ctrl+y changes the color model. So to undo and redo actions, you have to use the history panel. If you can't see the history panel, you can unhide it from window menu. There you can find the snapshots of your process, and by clicking on each of them you can switch to that part of process. History panel has got a limited memory, means that you can undo only a limited number of last actions. You can change this number in Edit, Preferences, Performance. And also you can use the shortcut Ctrl+Alt+Z instead of Ctrl+Z, which allows you to undo last actions, again as many as the history panel's memory can save. Number 6. Scratch disks are full. The scratch disks are full is kind of the most irritating error of Photoshop. Photoshop doesn't allow you to do anything on the project once you get this error. But what is the scratch disk? The Photoshop scratch disk is your hard drive. Photoshop uses your hard drive as temporary swap space or virtual memory when your system does not have enough RAM to perform an operation. So when you have no space in the partition that contains your operation system, which is usually drive C for Windows, you get this error. So you should free that partition's space. If it was impossible, you could also change Photoshop default scratch disk space from Edit, Preferences, Performance. Then you should close the project and open it again. Number 7. Problem with parsing the JPEG data. You might have experienced that when you want to open some images in Photoshop, it doesn't open and you get this error. Could not complete your request because of a problem parsing the JPEG data. It may be a result of a bad download. To fix it, you can right-click on the image file and select Edit. It opens the image in the Windows default program Paint. All you have to do is to select Save As and save it with a different name in JPEG format. And the problem is solved. So that was it. These were actually problems I faced when I first started working with Photoshop, and it took me a while to figure out solutions of some. So I hope it was helpful. Don't forget to comment problems you had or have, maybe I try to answer if you have any questions. And this was actually my very first YouTube video. You're gonna see more videos on graphic design, cinema, image, video, post-production, and photography and studio. So if you are interested, I'd be grateful to see you give this video a thumbs up, share and subscribe to also help me get going. Thank you. Until the next time, take care. Goodbye.